Welcome Wonders to Told You Would Colors. My name is Jennifer and today I'll be sharing with you my completed pages for November. It was such a great month. We had so much fun. I had so much fun co-hosting the Alice in Wonderland event that happened for the month of November. There were so many things to do in the month of November. I didn't even get a chance to get to them all, but all those amazing pages those illustrators shared for us, the bingo board that was created, we had a color tag that was going around that was so fun to watch everyone answer the questions from the color tags. If you didn't get a chance to watch those, make sure to just search up the Alice in Wonderland color tag. We had a couple creators do that, so that was awesome to see. There were some altered pages that I was able to get to, but I didn't get to alter the amount of pages that I wanted to. I had so many ideas and there was just not enough time. So this is going to be a long enough video. Let's get straight into it. My completed pages, I got 21 done. My buddy colors, I was able to complete 9 out of the 10. I did color in 19 different coloring books and 11 of those were originally untouched coloring books. And I did start 4 whips that I do have mixed in here. So before we look at the completed pages, I just want to give a huge, massive thank you to my co-hosts that helped with the Alice in Wonderland event. Jamie, Finding Joy in Color, she was the one that put this together last year, and she reached out, I'm sure, to us other ladies to help her, and Julianne from Julianneannetteart was also another co-host, and Rachel from Crafting Mama Bear. So it was just excellent to be in a group with those ladies for this event. It was so fun getting to know each one of them much better, since I don't have a lot of time to reach out and talk to everybody that I would like to. So it was so fun being in that group and getting to know those ladies and forming friendships with them. So big, huge shout out to them, and make sure to go check out their channels and their completed pages too, to see what they were able to get done for Alice in Wonderland. So the first one that I want to share with you is a buddy color that I did, and this is a nice page that was donated for the event by Kevin Teo Art, and I think this was a very popular page that everyone wanted to color up, including myself. I reached out, I think Chelsea Biggity and I on Instagram were talking about all the different pages, and I was like, let's do one together. So we ended up doing this one, and I'll put hers up on the screen. Hers is absolutely wonderful. I just took the shading from Kevin Teo, and she took it even further and made it into such a spectacular page. Love the way her Alice eyes are just popping off the page. So find a quick color to do for Alice in Wonderland. So thank you, Chelsea, for being with me on that page. So next up is another one that was donated by Sugar Sweet, and I colored up this bookmark, and it was so fun. I knew I wanted to color a lot of Alice, so I tried to change this one up a little bit, and I love how it turned out. I love all those very bright colors together, and it was just a nice quick color to do, but I love how all those colors work together, so that was fun. Next up, I have Boule de Pois. This is by Diane DeFore. Very popular book, and I have never colored in it. So here is a couple whips that I started. I don't have a completed page, but I loved how Julianne from Julianneannetteart was explaining how when she saw the tights on this page, she just pictured the Cheshire Cat, and I loved that. So I did that right away, and then I moved on to other things. So I didn't get a chance to finish this. I did that with my Derwent Inktense pencils. Here is the next one, Escape to Wonderland, illustrated by the Good Wives and Warriors. And this was such an excellent book to be in. I adore this book so much. I'm so glad I got it for the event. I didn't want to go crazy, and here I was buying a whole book for 1 month, and well worth it. I love Alice in Wonderland anyway, and I did want more Alice in Wonderland books. And I think this one is my absolute favorite, and I had so much fun coloring in this book. So this is a buddy color that I did with KP on Instagram, and it was challenging because it was a little weird to see where everything was going. The line work isn't exact, or it just feels like there's open-ended questions of where it could be going. Like the roof pitch comes all the way out to here, but then it looks like the house stops right here, so it makes it look really awkward. So I'm not necessarily sure if this should have been house or not, but it's just the way that it was drawn. I was like, okay, we'll just go with it. So with this one, I basically just threw a bunch of color at the page and had fun with it. And that's what I loved most about Alice in Wonderland this month, was working with all the colors that you can, because it's Alice, it's supposed to be colorful. So I went crazy, and I colored this page with my polychromos. So I was undecided on what to do for a background. I did reach out to several different people. I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and I did get some feedback on doing like a darker background fading into the center, and I did like that idea. I just was really scared to do it. So I vetoed the background idea and just went with this, and I like it. It's nice. And I do feel like a background would be nice, but I just went against it. And when I saw KP's picture, which I'll just pop right up on the screen here since it's a long display, hers, she did a background on, and she said, I don't like how wrinkly it is. It doesn't photograph well, but I believe that it turned out fantastic. I love that light hint of a background that she was able to lay down. I think it's perfect. And then all her bright colors too. It was really cool to see similarities and differences in ours. Of course, Alice is Alice, so they're gonna look the same. But then the way that she did her curtains in the window is how I wanted to do mine, but I messed up. And I did the darker curtain anyway. But yeah, it was really, really cool to see hers come through, and it was really awesome buddying with her. So thank you so much, KP, for working on this page with me, and hopefully more in the future. All right, my next one here, this is another buddy color that I have out of A Million Baby Animals from Lulu Mayo. This was an untouched book, so I was so happy to get a completed page done in this one. And Jamie from Finding Joy in Color and I worked on this hedgehog guy. I did this mainly for a bunch of prompts for the bingo. So we got a bunch of hedgehogs, teacup, the caterpillar. I did put this under an unbirthday party since we have the banners going across. We have a heart here that the hedgehog is holding. And if you wanted to take it even a step further, you could turn this bottle into a drink me bottle. So yeah, there was just so much going on with this page. I decided to stick with a palette. I have no idea where this palette came from in my mind, but I just made it up. And then whenever I was done with it, I was like, oh, it looks like they're celebrating a gender reveal party. So I wasn't happy about that, but it is what it is. And then Jamie, she used one of the color palettes from the Alice in Wonderland event, and it turned out amazing. I love her shading on her page is spectacular. I didn't go too crazy with mine, but hers just pops right off the page. I love those colors together, those blues and reds. So yeah, that was a nice color to do with Jamie. Jamie made sure to reach out to all the co-hosts to do a buddy color with them. And I thought that was so sweet. So thank you so much, Jamie. All right, next up is My Tiny Forest. Finally, I feel like I've been talking about this book for forever and wanting to get a page done in it. I feel like I pulled it off the shelf several times, and I finally got a completed page done in it. So My Tiny Forest by Nina Stagner. And I came in and I did this cute page here. I had so much fun with this. I did mainly use alcohol markers to color the whole page. And then I think mainly just the umbrella and the leaves. Down here, I went over the top with polychromos to do a little bit heavier shade work. But yeah, this was so fun. Oh, and the silver signo for the raindrops. So we just had gotten a pretty decent storm. I think the day before I colored this, and the sky was just half black and half blue. And it was really cool to see that. So when I saw this page, I was like, I want to mimic the storm that we had yesterday. And then it was a separate day where my family went to a pumpkin patch and a corn maze and all that kind of stuff. And it was a bright sunny day, and randomly in the sky was the tiniest little rainbow you ever did see. So I decided to stick that up there in the corner. But yeah, it was just so fun finally getting in this book and coloring this page. I did pull this for the umbrella specifically because that was one of the bingo prompts, and White Rabbit. So got those done. All right, and next on my pile here is Dreaming in Wonderland. This is an AI coloring book, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. I just came in here with some alcohol markers and colored this Alice page up. As soon as I saw the spiral in the background from the hole that she's falling down in, I just pictured Cheshire Cat, and that's how I colored it, and I love how it turned out. So that's all alcohol marker. And another cute and cozy book, but this is by Diddy Plum's Fluffy Hygge. I was going to put this book back on my shelf, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted to color another page in it, so I came in and I colored this one up, and I love how it turned out. The fall vibes, I was all about it, and I loved it. I think my daughter told me to color this page up. She was like, I want you to color this one. So I was like, okay, that's cute. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. There's not really a set color palette. There are colors everywhere. We got reds, oranges, yellows, green, blue, purple. So we got the whole rainbow in here, but it just looks cohesive to me. It looks warm. It looks cozy. So I love how it still all works together. And I had a really fun time working on this. I just love being in these cute, cozy books. Sometimes, I only have a couple of them, and the ones that I do have, I love Diddy Plum's. There's something about the line work and the characters that just makes me happy when I'm in here. I destashed quite a few of these cute, cozy books to my daughter, but Diddy Plum's has my heart. All right, and my absolutely most favorite coloring book ever in the whole world, Yoga Animals So Cute by Kimma Parrish. I'm in a group on Instagram hosted by Candace from Happy Catastrophe, and the group decided to do this fox page. Again, not really sure where the color palette came from, but sometimes when I look at pages, I just think of colors, and this is apparently what I saw in my mind. And I love how it came out though. It looks crazy but cohesive at the same time. There's so much happening on this page that it was difficult to lay out. For the most part, it came together really well, and I enjoy this little fox doing his yoga. All alcohol markers. It's usually what I do for the pages in this book, but it is slowly filling up thanks to the group that I'm in now. But I think I would still color a page a month in it anyway if it weren't for the group. I just love being in this book. All right, next up is World and Nature by Rita Prince. This was an untouched book for me, and now I have no idea why I stay away from it for so long. It was so fun to get in here and color a page, and I love the way that it turned out. I saw somebody doing a flip through, and I don't know if this happens to you guys, but when I watch other people flip through books from the screen, I always say, oh my gosh, I want to color that, I want to color that, I want to color that. But then whenever I look through my books in person, I'm like, maybe later. Like, I don't know what it is, but somebody was doing a flip through of this book, and I saw this page, and all of a sudden, like, I could picture it so well, and I wanted to color it so bad, so I just snatched the book off my shelf and started right away because I had that urge, and it came together so nicely. I did use alcohol markers to color this page, and then I did go over the top with my polychromos, and yeah, it's just such a simple, sweet page, but I love how it all came together. Love those, like, just natural, nice colors together with a pop of brightness in the pots. So I really do enjoy the look of that. I feel like I could have gone a little darker in some spaces with shading, but I will work on that in time. But altogether, this was a really fun page to complete. And now I definitely want to color up another page in here ASAP because it was just so fun. I think there's one in here. I mean, all of them. I do want to finish like all my coloring books, but yeah, they're just so sweet. I love this book. All right, and Spooky by Sarah Shevchuk. I was able to come in and get my first completed page in this book. I'm so happy about that. I've been wanting to color in this book since the day that I put it in my wish list. So I did come in and I completed a simple page out of this one here and another fox. So I think I colored like 3 foxes this month, which is silly. I did not plan that, but I came in, did this one. It just looks so sweet. And again, with those earthy plants, I don't know. Some of them I did natural colors, some of them I did crazy colors. I wanted to have this glow, a light glow. I don't know how I did with that though. I came in with my Inktense pencils and did the whole page with my Inktense and maybe a little bit of white gel pen. But yeah, the whole thing is Inktense. Maybe I came in with some polychromos for heavier shading in some places. I don't remember that though. I think it was just all Inktense. But this was so fun to get in and color a page in this book. So yeah, I felt so bad that I didn't get one done yet. And once again, I just feel like I want to keep coloring in it. That's usually what happens whenever I get into a book for the first time. I'm like, okay, I want more. So that was Spooky. And then my next one is from Seasons Creepings Coloring. This is illustrated by Lydia Jean. And I did a pretty fast and simple coloring on this one here, but it came out really cute. I love the plate of cookies, but they're Halloween cookies, and that's what this whole book is about. Christmas things with a Halloween twist to them. And this sign up here said for Sandy Claus. And I covered it up and I put "Eat Me" for the Alice in Wonderland prompt. And because the cookies were eaten, it would have meant something happened to Santa. So I was deciding whether I should put a big Santa out here in the window next to the tree or a little tiny Santa peeking around the milk glass. I can always do that in the future. I just knew I wouldn't have time for that. So I decided against it, but I think that's just such a fun idea. So I might come back in and do that because that would be so sweet. All right, Tales from the Midnight Masquerade by Hannah Carlson. I had a buddy color in this book with Veronica. She's Colorful Veronica here on YouTube, and we did the Book Belongs To page. And as soon as I saw these rabbits, I thought they would be so perfect for the Alice in Wonderland theme. So originally they were proudly presenting their stars on the banners and on their poles, and I changed it to the hearts. Gave it a black and white vibe and called it Done. But when I was looking at the page, I was like, I want to take it a little step further. So I created like a little story with this one. And I made this rabbit a little bit dirtier because I wanted him to be the white rabbit that was late in the beginning of the Alice in Wonderland movie. And because he was so late to get to work that morning, he was hustling and bustling and he got dirty on the way. So he's got a whole bunch of dirt on him, and that's the story that I wanted to put with it. Short and sweet, but yeah, so I thought that was fun. And then Veronica's here. She added some grass and the sky, and her pinks and blues together were so fun with those yellow stars. So I loved that background, and I saw a couple people do this page too. The backgrounds look so nice on this page, and now I look at mine and I'm like, I don't know, but I wanted mine to be more simple, but Veronica's looks so nice. So thank you, Veronica, for buddying with me in this one. And then I colored Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlson, and I ended up doing the Book Belongs To page on this one. It wasn't in the plans at all, but I couldn't help myself. I really wanted to do it, so I went in quick and colored this up. I feel like the sky should be a little bit darker. It actually looks kind of really washed out from where you see it. You can see it a little bit better in person, but I feel like I should have pressed harder on it. But in person, I kind of really enjoy the light touch of it. So I don't know how I feel about that, but really loved the colors that I worked with here, and my main inspiration for these colors came from, I don't know if I'm gonna say it right, so I'm just gonna pop it up on the screen. I think it's something like Nullis Colors or something like that on Instagram, and she does have a YouTube channel as well. I'm not familiar with how often she posts on YouTube, but her color combinations are out of this world, and I just love how you look at her pages and it's just blending so well together. So I was inspired by her to do the sky the way that I did, with all these different colors just meshing together, but she executes hers so nicely, so I can only hope to be like that whenever I continue on in my journey. All right, next up I have 50 space themed miniatures. I do want to color in this book every other month because of a group that I'm in on Instagram, and it's a very loose group. All you do, there's no set pages, you don't have to color in it every month. You just pick your own page, color in it, and share it with the group. So I wanted to do a page in here for this month, and this is the one that I ended up doing. I did flag this one. This was in the plans because I wanted it to be like an unbirthday party, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I think you can really tell with my pages when I'm feeling something or not. It definitely reflects on how it turns out. So I don't know, I just wasn't feeling this one, but it is a completed page, and that's what we got. So because I was a little unsatisfied with this one, I did end up starting another page. This one isn't finished because I have big ideas for this, but I was flipping through the book and I saw this one, and it made me think of Alice in Wonderland. She's sitting on this thing that I turned into like a mushroom top, made her blue to imitate Alice's blue dress. She's got something that could imitate a teacup, you know, so it just gave me Alice in Wonderland feel, especially with these exotic plants. I know it's space, but I'm thinking Alice. So I have a really good idea for the background that I want. I just didn't have time to get it done. So the whole illustration is colored in the way that I want it, but I do want to go in and put a background in. So this is a whip. And another page that I started but didn't finish is in 50 Safari Miniatures by Camila Angel Cova, and this was another one that I wanted to turn into Alice. So we have this stack of turtles here, and I wanted to turn these signs into the Don't Step on the Morass and have them coming up and around the turtles here. So I still need to get in and get that accomplished, but I did end up coloring the turtles at least, and that was so fun. All alcohol markers for that. All right, next up, this is a group that I'm in on Instagram, Nice Little Town 10 by Tatiana Bogma-Stilova, and Meg from Meg's Coloring Corner hosts this group and chose this page for the month. And I thought it was so perfect. It works really well with the Alice theme because it looks like they're having a little tea party down here. So I was able to check Teapot off the list because of this page. So that was good. And I had so much fun doing this one. I did all alcohol markers and then shading with my polychromos. And I did add the glossy accents to those raindrops on the leaf, and I did add a little bit to the snail here too, but it's harder to see that, but I thought that was really cool. So I do enjoy this page, but I did mess up in this spot right here, and I just keep looking at it. I know when other people mention places that they don't enjoy on their page, I don't notice it until they point it out, so you probably didn't either. But this to me just sticks out like a sore thumb, and I can't help myself but keep looking there. But everything else looks decent, looks all tied together. And one of the girls from the group said it gives like a Tuscan feel, and I love that. And I was like, oh yeah, like as soon as she said that, I thought of the house from Encanto, the Casa Madrigal, and I was like, they're about to start breaking out in song and dance any second now. So that was so fun. But yeah, this was really, really excellent to come in and color, so I'm glad to have another page done in this one. All right, and another buddy that I colored was out of Forest Song by RJ Hampson. I colored with Kate from Koo's Life in Color on Instagram, and we did this one. Here's my third fox to show you guys. And it was just a very simple color, all alcohol markers. And I forget who it was, but I saw somebody do a red and purple, I think it was like a Mad Hatter, maybe. I forget, it was a small element on their page, but I was like, ooh, I really like the red and purple together. That looks really nice. It's different. You don't see that a lot. I enjoy that. And then after seeing that, I was like, I want to work with red and purple. So I came in and colored this page right away, and I really like the way that it turned out. Because of the limited color palette though, my hedgehog, he came out a little bit strange, but that's okay. It's red and purple. And then Kate's page here, she's got excellent autumnal colors to hers. So hers looks very cohesive and warm and cozy, and that's exactly how I was picturing my page at first. So it was really awesome to see her page done like that, because that's how I was picturing it. So it's cool to see it completed like that. Thanks, Kate. All right, one more Camila Angel Cova book. I have 50 diminutive summer scenes to color, and this one's really exciting to me because I did completely finish altering one of her pages for Alice in Wonderland, and it came out really great. I did change some things up. So obviously Alice wasn't here in the background before, so I drew her in, and the only thing that I don't like about that is I wish I would have drew her up a a little bit higher so that her face wasn't hidden by this peak. So that's the only thing that I can see with this page that I'm like, I wish I would have seen that would have happened and placed her up. But by the time I was done drawing everything in, I was like, I'm not erasing and starting over. That's not gonna happen. So she's just gonna be tucked back there. So that was really fun. This is the part of the movie where Alice goes to the White Rabbit's house, ends up eating one of the cookies, and grows really large. And then there was a cat sitting here originally, and I covered that cat up, and I cut the Cheshire Cat out. I did not draw him in. After drawing her in, I was going to draw the Cheshire Cat in, and I was like, absolutely not. We're gonna print him out and paste him on the page. So that's what I did. But cutting him out, he was lifting his ears like a little cheers, howdy do. And cutting that part out wasn't gonna happen. So that's the only thing that I drew in, were his little ears that he's holding up. So he's such a cutie. I love the Cheshire Cat. But yeah, this page turned out so fun. I enjoyed doing this. I did have a video on this, and then it got ruined, so I wasn't able to post it. So I still want to make a alterations video for you guys. So hopefully I can get something going for the month of December or January or eventually. But this was really awesome to come in and get accomplished. All right, I am so excited to finally be pulling a mythographic book to show for you guys on my completed pages. This is my very first mythographic page ever. Obviously this was a previously untouched book then, Aviary by Joseph Kattenbang, and I came in and I colored this flamingo. And this was something that I started on my color tag video when I was doing the questions for Alice in Wonderland. So I started coloring this with alcohol marker with you guys while I was talking about the Alice in Wonderland questions. And then I finished the rest of the page off screen. I didn't have any problems at all coloring the flamingo and the pot down here, but then I had no idea what to do for the background. So once again, I was off asking questions on how I should execute the background, and I knew I wanted like a bokeh effect going on, and everyone's saying do a dark background, do a dark background, but I wanted to do it a little bit lighter. So I enjoy actually the top half of the background, and I don't know how I feel about like the blues that I introduced. I feel like if I just would have stuck with a dark green, it would have looked better, like a really dark green. That would have been fine, I feel, but the blue is throwing me off on this page. So I do enjoy it. I like how it turned out. It took me a while to like really feel satisfied with calling it a completed page. And now when I look at it, I think that's the only thing that I think about is I feel like I should have gone dark green instead of the dark blue. But other than that, like I really am so happy to get a completed page done in a mythographic book. These are just so awesome. I love and enjoy the pages in these books so much. I don't know why I stay away from them, because they don't really seem intimidating at all. It's just a picture. And the way that Joseph Kattenbang illustrates them too, they're just so beautiful. And I don't know, like I feel like I would just want to be in mythographic books all the time. I don't know why I'm not though. So it was really, really nice to get a page done in one of his books. All right, and next up is Birds in the Forest by Denise Collette. I absolutely adore this book. It is so cute, and it makes me smile. And I saw Nixie from NixieColoringTime, I think is her channel name, here on YouTube. She did her November plans video. And as soon as she flipped through this book and showed her planned page with another buddy, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to color that page right this second, can I please buddy with you guys? And she said, come on in and join the fun. So they had picked this page to color, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. So I was really excited and happy to be able to get this accomplished with them. And I just had such a fun time. So alcohol marker once again for the main illustrations. And then I did chalk pastel for the background. I did stickles on the snow. So that turned out super duper nice and sparkly there. And then I did glossy accents on the eyes. Before I put the glossy accents down on the eyes, I don't know how close we're going to be able to get and if you're even going to be able to see it. I did, see it gets so dark whenever I put it up here. Like glitter gel pen on the eye colors. So I don't know if you can see like the glitter gel pen. And I turned their little white highlights in their eyes to little hearts. And then I put the glossy accents over top of all that. So yeah, I just had a massive fun time with this page. And then I did use my Posca pen to add in the snow in the background. So it was just so fun. I just pictured this page so bright and colorful, and Nixie and our other buddy, I think her name is To Know Me Is To Love Me, but they had the same idea, so I'll pop one at a time. I think I'm going to have to grab To Know Me Is To Love Me's page from Nixie's video to edit it in here, because the correspondence was done through email and I just had Nixie's email. So yeah, they both did a spectacular job. We all did very bright and colorful owls, and I love how they did their like little hollies and berries, the traditional red and green. It was really cool seeing that. I don't know why, I just couldn't picture it like that, so I went with blue. So to see it with the greens and the reds, I think that's spectacular. So it was so awesome seeing their pages come through, and it was so fun buddying with Nixie. So thanks so much for letting me join in on the fun in this page. It was such a great time. And yeah, hopefully we can buddy in the future again too. I did get your message. I'm just so crazy busy for December, but in the future for sure. All right, so Manga Mania by Christopher Hart. I so badly wanted to get a page done in this book, but I ran out of time. I did start a whip in it though, and it was this page here. So it does look a little crazy, but I just started with putting the water-based markers down. So that's what I started with, because this book is double-sided. So can't use alcohol markers, so I did water-based markers, the Ohuhu ones, Ohuhu water-based markers, and I'm having such a fun time with it so far. I just got stumped on colors and then obviously ran out of time for the rest of it anyway. But yeah, so when I was flipping through and deciding my Alice in Wonderland pages, I just pictured this one so well for Alice, this being the Red Queen, this being the Cheshire Cat. And I said in my inspiration video for Alice, it was almost like, I said this page could take a turn, and instead of Alice falling asleep and dreaming about Wonderland, it could be that this girl used to play with these dolls when she was a little girl and just played with these dolls as the characters for Alice in Wonderland. So I loved that idea. And then for the pillows in the background, I took the colors from characters and put them on the pillows. So this one would be the Cheshire Cat, this would be the Mad Hatter, this would be Alice, or the Caterpillar, I'm not sure, Alice or the Caterpillar, and then this would be Tweedledum and Tweedledee. And then for the last pillow, I didn't know what to do for this last pillow. So if anybody has an idea for what character I can do for this one, I just don't know what colors would look good here. So help me out. I don't know what to do. So this one, I had in mind to do this one for Alice. So I guess I could do this one like the Caterpillar. But I don't know. I just couldn't think of it, because I was going to do him like the blue butterfly, like the caterpillar. So that would have been him up here. So this is Alice. This is the caterpillar. Tweedledum Tweedledee, Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat. We already have the Red Queen here. I have Dinah up here, the cat. I just don't know what to do for this pillow. Help me. So, but yeah, this was really fun to get in and start at least. And then hopefully I can finish that soon. All right, a couple more to go. I did a watercolor in this book, Oceans to Stars by Lydia Fenwick. Oh my gosh, guys, I had a time with this page. My buddies Joe from Piggy Pens and Emma Wheeler on Instagram were so great and gracious and patient. I didn't really start this page until the last day of the month. And I got it finished in the wee hours of the morning, and it was a process. So let me show you what I got going on here. It is my favorite page of the month though. I adore it. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I don't know what it was. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And it turned out so nice. I was just so proud of how this ended up. So originally I pulled an inspiration photo. First of all, we chose this page because Joe and I are Sagittarius, and then Emma, she's right before us in November, and she buddied up with us as well. So we all celebrated our birthdays together. That was so fun. And while I was looking at this, we all read the dark blue and purple vibes that the book was telling us to do, and all interpreted it in our own ways, and it was excellent to see. But as soon as I saw that and I saw what I was going to be coloring, I just pictured Kida from Atlantis, like the Disney movie Atlantis, or yeah, something like that. I forget the name of the movie. So I started looking up inspiration pictures, and I found one that really called to me. I didn't know how I was going to accomplish it, but I really wanted to do it. So here's my inspiration picture, and I couldn't be happier with how my page turned out from that. I did go in on the background originally with my watercolor pencils for the very first time. I never worked with them before, and I did the background lightly with those watercolor pencils. So I do actually want to share a picture of what that looked like originally and how I started to color in the background over top with my polychromos. So the watercolor pencils didn't show up super bright or vibrant or anything like that. It was basically like a color placement holder. And the real work that I put in was with my polychromos in the background to create this effect. So yeah, it was a wild time, and it took me all day. I took multiple breaks on it because sometimes I would get to a certain point, I would work on it down here and up here, and then my mind would be like, well, I don't know how to tie them together. Like, it was just really wild. It was a wild ride. So I'd take multiple breaks and then come back to it and be like, I gotta get this done. So I pushed myself to the end, and I do enjoy how it came out. I did also reach out to, it was like phone a friend. I reached out to Coloring Bumblebee because I didn't want to use alcohol markers because I don't want to ruin the image on the other side. So she did a couple pages in this book, and I was like, what do you use? Because your pages are beautiful, and I want to do mine like yours. And she was like, well, I do water-based markers basically, and then she does a colored pencil over top. So that's what I did for the skin. I used my Ohuhu water-based marker for her skin, and then went over the top with polychromos. I would say the only thing that I wish I could do better on was the hair, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I really wanted it to mimic that inspiration photo of being like really white and bright, but it was already like, I don't know, 11:30 in the morning, and no, not in the morning, 11:30 at night, and I just wanted to get done. So I came in here with my pinks, and called it finished. So that was really super excellent. So yes, I'm taking some time talking about this page because I just love it so much. So I'll pop up Emma's page. Emma did such a great job on the skin tone for her lady. Both Joe and I were blown away by that, and Joe asked for the skin colors that Emma chose. So it was so fun to see that come through. And I do like how she changed the back into like a little shirt for the woman. So I did enjoy her alteration there on that. And I do like the yellow like bits of highlights that she put in the hair, and then that nice bright background of the blues. So hers came through so nice. The highlights on her skin are just absolutely beautiful. So she did a really great job on that. And then Joe, I have no idea why Joe is beating herself up about her page so much. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I love her little swirls of stickles that she put in the background. I do love Joe's hair, the way that it's glowing, and she added extra bits in her hair. I think Emma did as well, from what I noticed. I think Emma put maybe a strand or two extra in her hair. I didn't change mine at all. I was tired. But yeah, I think Joe's looks absolutely gorgeous, and she needs to be nicer to herself about that because it's stunning. So that was so great. So thank you, ladies, for letting me join in on your original buddy color and celebrating our birthdays together. That was so fun. And then the last one that I have for you guys is Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice, illustrated by Julianne St. Clair. I wanted to color in this book so bad. You guys have no idea. So my work login password expired, I think, right in the beginning of October. And because it was October and I just got this book, I changed my password at work to something along autumn, October, pumpkin vibes, you know. And every time then I logged into my computer and typed in my password, I was like, I want to be in that book. I want to color that book. I want to color my book. Every single time it was driving me nuts. I was like, I have to get a page done of this book no matter what. And I came in and I did just the simplest little thing, but I loved it. It just made me so happy to be in this book. So I was like, I know I don't have a lot of time at all. So I'll just go in with something really, really simple. So this is what I did. And I used my Ohuhu water-based markers again because it is double-sided, but unfortunately, it bled through. Yeah. It bled through big time down here, and then it definitely ghosted heavily up at the top too. So it is upsetting. I saw Erica from Elmcolors struggling with this paper too, and both of us don't understand how in the world Maya from Colored by Maya is working in this book, because it seems like Maya throws a lot of water at her pages. Or at least watercolor in general, and it doesn't seem like she has problems, but maybe she does and she just covers it up really well on the other side. I don't know, but it was unfortunate to see that, because I love this book. I love the illustrations in here, and I do like the words as well. Like I want to color all the things. So I don't know how to do that whenever things are bleeding through. Like, look at how pretty this is. I love this. Like, I really enjoy, like, the fonts on these pages just look so fun to color. Some of them are just, in some books, I don't want to color that. But this page, this book, yes, I want to color all the things. So I did this one. I started it on Thanksgiving Day, and I wanted to finish it and post it, because you think it would be quick, but we had to start getting ready to go to my parents, and I ended up being a half hour late because of this page. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. But we had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you guys did too. I hope you all had a successful November. It was absolutely wonderful seeing everybody's pages come through for the Alice in Wonderland event. It was just spectacular in every way being a part of that. So I have Jamie to thank for that, the co-hosts Julianne and Rachel to thank for that, and everybody else who participated to thank for that as well. So it was just super duper awesome, and I'm really excited for next year. I already said I would love to be a part of this again because it was just so fun, and I adore Alice in Wonderland, so it's just right up my alley. So hopefully my phone handled all of that. If not, you won't be seeing this video, and I'll have to record a whole new video in 2 separate parts. So hopefully this one will be okay and you'll get to enjoy this. Let me know what you think, and we're ready for December. It's gonna be a good month. I'm gonna be slower. We're not gonna do this many pages. We're going to take our time. It's going to be peaceful and great, merry and bright. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for everything. Have a great and colorful day. Bye.